This project was inspired by an old photograph of my great-grandmother. She is wearing a long qipao with extremely low slits, an A-line hem and flare sleeves, which were fashionable in the 1920s. The silhouette and the length of the qipao I'm making were taken directly from the photo, and I added a few decorative elements. Before we start, let's make a wheat paste. It can be quickly made in the microwave and is ready to use right after it cools. In order to make it more suitable for everyday wear, I use a piece of navy blue cotton fabric. The drape of this fabric is perfect for the A-line silhouette and the flare sleeves. The cutting method used here is a twist warp method. Fold the fabric and cut the qipao along the seam allowance. It's actually quite difficult to cut the 4 layers at once. We'll now start to make the 3 layers of bias banding on the side seam. Make sure to align the heads of front and back bias banding. Apply the wheat paste around the hem and slits and cut off the excess fabric when the paste is dry. Once the garment is ready, let's prepare the silk bias banding fabric. It looks like my table is not wide enough, so let's just scrape half of it. Pull the tablecloth a bit to adjust the position of the fabric. A little creative problem solving. Cut off the other half of the fabric on the bias and start applying the paste from the straight grain line. Yet another late night. Making clothes sure makes for lonely days. Make the bias banding from the prepared silk fabric and set it aside. It's the start of a new day, and with all our banding ready, let's start sewing. Make sure our banding is long enough, and then glue the banding to the garment piece and sew it securely. Let's now make the second and the third layers of bias banding. After we're done with the banding, let's sew a concealed zipper on the right seam line. It's much more convenient than fastening buttons. Look at our banding, they are perfectly aligned. Next up is the auspicious cloud pattern on the cuffs. To save time, I did it directly on the sleeve fabric. Make sure to sew any sharp angles to secure them. The most difficult part is the pointed end. We have to tuck the raw edges underneath. Use a cotton swab to dampen the bias tape, so it will be easier to create the curved pattern, and then glue the pattern onto the sleeves, and sew it permanently on the fabric. I also made a small heart, and I hope it can brighten our day. Now cut the cuff's raw edges and make the silk edging. It's now mid-January, and I'm really going to challenge myself. 6 chrysanthemums around the neckline. In Chinese culture, the chrysanthemums is one of the 4 gentlemen, or 4 noble ones of flower. The pink chrysanthemum also represents romance, gentleness, and elegance. Let's first trace the outline of the 6 chrysanthemums on a piece of muslin, and then sew the outline of the flowers to mark the outer edge of the pattern. Iron the silk tape along the trace line. Make the petals and leaves. Use wheat paste to glue them together and iron them on. Now let's make the second chrysanthemum and then the remaining chrysanthemums. Let's put them together and have a look. How delightful! I think I will make some more to decorate my house, then I won't have to buy flowers. Arrange the flowers on the fabric at the neckline, adjusting the position of each one if needed. Put the V paste on the underside of the flowers and iron them onto the fabric to secure them in place. Sew the chrysanthemums permanently onto the fabric. The day sure flew by when we are making clothes. I get an early start every day, but before I know it, it's already dark outside. And for the finishing touches, fold the seam allowance of the sleeves and the right and left side seams, and sew catch stitch to secure the seam. Sew snap buttons and hooks onto the front piece. Next, remove all the stretch waistline and give my qipao a good pressing. Let's take a look at our finished product. The flare sleeves and the flare hem equal each other. The auspicious cloud pattern on the cuffs looks great. The chrysanthemums hover elegantly around the neckline. I also made a flared short sleeve top for my first qipao online class. And a super mini qipao for the doll. It's so cute and lovely. Hi guys! This last couple of months, I finished to record my first online qipao class. This online tutorial contains 3 categories. One is the flare sleeve qipao, and the other one is the flare sleeve top. We also teach this colorless style in the tutorial. And the last one is a mini qipao for the doll. It contains all the steps for making this dress. How to cut it in the Chinese traditional way, how to make the silk bias banding, how to make the Chinese button, and etc. I'm thinking, how should I publish this online class? Which platform should I choose? If you have any suggestion, please leave me a comment. Thank you so much for the help. I will also upload the course overview in the next video. You can see if you are interested for the content. So this is all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!